What's good, everybody? Just want to jump on here real quick, and I guess this could be kind of like a follow-up video to one of the videos that I already did. I was kind of talking about, figuring out some things that you want to do. Just identifying some things that you might want to do besides your job. I know most of us are working jobs, or if you're not working a job, you may be in a transition, moving on from a job to another job, or you may be moving on from a job and going to school, or you may be moving on from school to a job. I mean, you could be at any different place in life, and I just wanted to kind of clarify and kind of expound upon that video, like what I meant by that, and I did say about people 35 and under, because I'm 36. I don't want anybody to think that they're excluded from this because of your age or your anything that might differentiate us. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's limited or excluded from these videos. It's like, if it works for you, if the shoe fits you, cool. If it don't fit you, if you know what I'm saying, it's not your taste, your thing, cool. Like, these videos will not be for everybody, but I just didn't want anybody to feel like they had to stop listening because I said people younger than me. Like, I think for me, those are the main ones I'm concerned with, and not that I don't care about people older than me. I just feel that my main concern is making sure that the youth know what to do. I'm gonna deal with us. I'm gonna deal with folks my age and up. We're gonna deal with that. But right now, and mainly in those first videos, I was really just trying to highlight that I want to pay a lot of attention to those that are younger than me, because they are the ones that can really make the difference. They're the ones that can change it for future generations. It's our children, and I don't know if anybody in their 30s got grandchildren yet, but if you got some grandchildren in your 30s, I don't even know you did that. But I mean, I guess you could do that. I mean, it's possible. So, for anybody that's any age, I think these videos will work if they work for you. And if they don't work for you, then it may not have been intended for you. So I wanted to clarify that. But I also wanted to, like I said, go a little further into what I mean by, or what I meant by, think of something that you enjoy, something that brings you joy. The thing is looking for, one thing I suggest is, get some paper, pen and paper, my hand over the thing, pen and paper, or, or notebook that you can dedicate to this. Dollar Tree got notebooks, Walmart got notebooks on sale, probably because ain't nobody in school for real. I always go down the clearance aisle at Walmart. It's always something on the clearance aisle at Walmart. So, I mean, you might can find a notebook, whatever, get you some way to write things down, something that you can keep up with, something that you won't kick around, something that you'll care about, and, you can just list a bunch of things that you have an interest in, things that you're interested in, things that bring you joy, things that you are skilled in doing. It doesn't have to be any formality behind it. It's just a list. It could be 5 things, it could be 100 things. If your list is 100 things, we're definitely gonna have to have a process of elimination to get us down to one thing that we can start with. But if you got 5 things, then you're closer, because it's like, okay, well, now how can I narrow this down to one thing that I can start with? It doesn't mean you can't do all 5 or all 100. It's just narrowing it down to one thing that I can focus on, that I can start with. Because most of us are just failing to start. If we could just start, we really already have the gifts and the potential to be successful, but most of us are so afraid to start because we fear failure. We fear we're not good enough. We fear that maybe we don't know enough. Maybe we're not smart enough. Maybe we're, I was never good at math. I never had my own business. I never did this before. Everybody had a time where they never did it before. And then you did it. Whatever that was. Because that could be a lot of things. But that's the beauty of it. It could be a lot of things. But it's all about deciding on one thing to start with. That's all you got to do is decide on one thing to start with. Even agreeing to get a notebook and write things down. Like if you're agreeing with this video, that I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to try that. I never did that before. I've heard people recommend it before. I've been to seminars where they recommend it. I've read books where they recommend it. Or you could be, I've never heard of that ever in my life, but I'm going to try it. Whatever walk of life, whatever place you are right now, if it's for you, it's for you. If you're willing to try it, try it. If you I ain't gonna do all that, I'm gonna watch a video, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna be writing and stuff, I ain't got time. Then that's cool too. You don't have to do this. This is just a suggestion, a recommendation, a tip, something that, has worked for many people. It may work for you. It may not work for you. But if you don't try, you'll never know. But yeah, we're just talking about, writing down, making a list of things that bring us joy, things that we know how to do, things that we enjoy doing, skills that we have acquired over the years, or ideas. It's man, I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to have my own AAU team, or I always wanted to start my own restaurant. I always wanted to sell eyelashes. I always wanted to, have my own clothing line. I always wanted to, buy real estate. I always wanted to own some land. I always wanted to know about credit. I always, it could be a lot of things, and like I said, if you try not to focus on the money or the pay that you would get from it necessarily, starting out, because you just want to allow your mind to be as free as possible in the thought process. You don't want to be limited by man, I really want to be an ice skater, you know what I'm saying, and then you're well, I don't know where they get paid for that, so I'm gonna take it off my list. If that's what you want to do, put it on your list. Now we might have a time when we get to the point of figuring out how we can make that profitable. It may be some things, but that is what will help you narrow down your list. Because we're looking at things that can eventually become services or products that you can offer. A product or a service that you could offer to other people to generate an income other than your job's income. So we're looking at how we can add some income to what's coming in, because our job is going to pay us an hourly rate, and we can only make based on however many hours that we work. If we're hourly, if you're salary, then whatever that number is, no matter how much time you're spending there, if you're salary, you're going to get paid this amount. That's your cap. So how do we position ourselves to move into those 6 figures a year, 7 figures a year, 8 figures a year, 9 figures, whatever? How do we position ourselves to get there, if we're working a job that has a cap salary? The only, and most of your expenses, once you make your cap salary, your expenses are usually somewhere fairly close, to what you're bringing in. So it's not much to play with. It's not a lot of free money coming into our households to where we just got a lot of money to throw around. So what I want to happen with this whole process is, to help us get to where we can identify something that we can do other than our jobs that can eventually create an income for us that will increase our wealth and position us to be able to, be a blessing to our family, or, be that light in our family that finally gets it and breaks the family curse, or whatever you call it in your family, that you feel like is the reason why your family, is struggling or has always struggled. Man, sometimes it just takes somebody just being that person to start the change. And you may not be the only person changing. Your whole family might be changing and you don't even know it, but it's that self-accountability. Like, you being responsible for you and you deciding, I'm about to change. I'm going to change. I want to change this. I'm not going to work this job the rest of my life and never have nothing else. I'm looking at how we can all find one other thing at least. Some of us will have more than one thing, more than one business, but finding one thing that we can fall in love with again, that our life has pulled us away from, or, we don't have time to do it because we're working all the time or whatever this is. We're going to find a way that we can commit ourselves to this and bring this thing, whatever it is, this skill, this gift, this service, we're going to bring it to life, and we're going to do it. In 2021, we're going to do it. Whatever that dream, that vision, whatever it is, we're going to do it, and we're going to try it, and we're going to be okay with whatever the outcome. Some of us will do great. Some of us maybe not so great, but we're going to do it together, and we're going to learn the lessons from this that will make us better. Those of us that are struggling will be able to pull from each other and learn, hey, what are you doing that's helping you to win in this time? How are you being successful in this time? We're going to share that. And for those, those that are doing good, they can share how they're doing good. Those that aren't doing good can learn, how and where they can improve. Like, we're going to do this together. So that's why it's important, if you're interested, that we can do this together. We can take these steps together. Get your notebook, invest in a notebook, and start the process. Start the process of taking notes. Man, I might even just go to the store and just buy a whole bunch of notebooks in case anybody says to me, I really want to do this, but man, I cannot afford right now a notebook. I can't. And that's cool. That ain't even a laughable thing. It's rough out here for a lot of people right now. So that ain't even nothing that's like nothing to feel bad about, and it's nothing to make fun of nobody if that is their situation. Some people might really have to make their money work for them right now. But that is the intent of this, is that hopefully, we can change that moving forward. We can be that change in our family, that our families won't have to, our children should be able to be born with, at least, $25,000 put away to invest in, not necessarily college, that's your thing, but investing in them to do whatever their dream is. At least a jump start. And 25,000, it is not a lot of money to some people, but that's a lot of money to some people. I know $25,000 would definitely help my dream get off real good, because I had a lot of them as a youngin'. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of ideas, but my family just did not have, the money to just pay for me to do every idea that I had. And it doesn't mean that my parents didn't do an excellent job, because they did. But it's just now I gotta turn it up. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta learn from what they did, and I gotta grow, and I gotta be able to, up it for my children. And then my children are gonna learn from my story and my experience, and then they're gonna have something for their children, and then their children, and it starts there. It starts like that, but it has to start somewhere. Just like your idea, just like your business, you have to start it in order for it to come to life. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to just kind of follow up on that. Like, be as broad as you want to be. If that makes your list be 100, 200 things, but just be aware that if your list is that long, you're going to have a lot of narrowing down to do. So, just try to be as focused and intentional and realistic as possible. Your list may come out to 14, 15, 20 things, you know what I'm saying? And this is no number that you got to follow. I'm just throwing it out there. Some people may realistically have 100 things they want to do, and man, just imagine if those people that have 100 things actually have an idea of how to make those 100 things work. You know what I'm saying? Now we're talking a whole nother thing. Now it's not laughable. Now it's like, dang, that's 100 streams of income. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, man, don't make fun of anybody and where they are on their journey right now. Like, everybody's in a different space, and that's cool. But we can still grow, learn, walk, heal, elevate together. Nobody's stopping us but us, But in order for any type of group to work, each individual part has to be willing to do inner work and self-work and work on yourself, better yourself, heal whatever traumas you got going on in your life. And we'll deal with that in some other videos. But I just want us to really get serious about these lists so we can start really making some moves in 2021. I'm looking, to do some amazing things in 2021. I know y'all have some great ideas too. And I'm looking to see all of us, my vision, I plan on having a ball or some type of dinner in 2021. I plan on having one, and it's going to be all of y'all, everybody that's participating, will be invited in, and we're going to talk about where we are at that point. Right, we're going to remember where we all are right now, like starting these videos. And some people have already started. Like I say, some people, businesses are already active and they're already doing the work. But some people have not started anything yet, and they're, feeling like they're outside and they think we leaving them. We ain't left you. This is the time now, though. This is the time to get started so that you can be at the ball, at the dinner when we have it, and then we can all talk and we can see how much we've grown. We could talk about how much we're learning, how much we've experienced, and what has helped us along the way. What are some things that didn't work out so well. And we're gonna all elevate, y'all. I feel this thing. This thing is bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just one voice that's speaking right now, but man, this thing is bigger. It's other groups like this that's probably forming up all over the world, and we're gonna all end up interlocking and just become one powerful. Whoa. Don't let me get too far ahead of myself, y'all. Y'all have a beautiful, what is today? Monday, December 28th. Oh, man. Have a beautiful, wonderful Monday. It's nice out. They have been painting. I see all them fake clouds back there. Not too much more of that. But y'all will see. Man, y'all be strong. Support your people. Support your people. Invest in yourself. Believe in yourself. All right? Peace.